Hello, YouTube and everybody. How are you? It's been a while. I wanted to update everybody because a lot of people have said to me they would like update. So it seems like this new tube that I have is better than the other one. Still not 100% by no means. I'm still having some issues with it, but it's not as bad as it was. I'm hoping it stays that way. I'm afraid to even say it out loud. I'm so afraid to say things out loud. Because every time I say something out loud, the opposite happens. So if I'm saying I'm doing really good, something bad's going to come. So I don't say anything. I'm just like, shh, shush, don't say anything at all. And I was so excited. I was so excited because I got to go out on Super Bowl Sunday. The last time it was Super Bowl Sunday and the Eagles were in it, I was in the hospital. What was it? Was it for my spine? Was that? No, it wasn't the broken back. No, it was my spine. That was the reason why I was in. And yeah, I had to watch the game alone. That sucked. But we won that year. Then I had to get shuffled all the way up to Giants territory for rehab. And I had these big ass Eagles balloons. And the janitor guy, who was the greatest, he was giving me so much shit over being an Eagles fan. He made my stay in hell a little bit better than what it was because I don't go to rehab often. I've been there quite a few times. I haven't been probably since 2018. I haven't been to a rehab. That's true. I haven't been, which is good. Yeah, so it was hell because I'm always in a room. Like I have to go to a place where I have my own room, especially in rehab, because I'm young and everybody's older. And majority, when I'm with older people, 9 times out of 10, they have dementia. And then shit goes sideways in the middle of the night. I ain't kidding. I can't even tell you how many times I've had a roommate who either soiled themselves or has no idea where they are or starts crying. I had one who thought she was at a bank and they were trying to kidnap her. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm not in that scenario. I'm sad that the Eagles did lose on Sunday, but can't be mad. It was a freaking great season. We took it all the way to the end. Mind you, we made some poor mistakes, but I'm proud of our Eagles and I think they're a great team. And I think that if they play like they did this year, next year, maybe we could see the Super Bowl again. You never know. You never know. But yeah, I wasn't supposed to talk about the Super Bowl. But that was my one outing I've had since I've been home, amongst great friends, supportive people, completely supportive who know me. And I'm grateful for that. Like my best friend, Tina, one of my best friends, met me on my 21st birthday. My 21st birthday. Yeah, not the day to meet people, but yet we're still as close as we are. We're super duper close. So she stayed with me this whole time. I must be a good person. So as a matter of fact, I have most of my friends from grade school, high school, college, work. I still have all of them. So I'm doing good in the friend department. That's definitely for sure. And I have people who care about me. That's all that matters. And people who understand. Like some people might get annoyed and get frustrated and think, oh, it can't be that bad. It is. It is that bad. Because if anybody who knew me prior to, I would say even 2020, things have changed immensely for me. I don't go live like I used to. I'm not uploading like I used to. It's just, I don't want to come up here and bitch. I don't want to come up here and complain. Although there are days I can't stop complaining. And there are the days I'm like, why Why should I go live and put out negativity? But it's part of the disability to go through, where you're just going to have days like, for instance, back to the Super Bowl, my sister and her friend, my cousins, all went to the game. So jealous, but there's no way in hell I would be able to do that. No way in hell. If there's a place where it's only standing room, can't do that. If I'm in an uncomfortable chair, I'm screwed, which is making me dread my youngest daughter's play, because those chairs are so painful that they put in the auditorium. But thankfully, the first theater of the children is Grease, which is the first weekend in March. And then the third weekend in March, which is my anniversary, we will be at the intermediate school seeing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe the next week we can get away one night. Maybe. Having older kids, though, I like it. Back to what I was talking about. Sorry, got distracted. I get very jealous when I see people doing things that I used to be able to do and I can't. Makes me pissed. But there are times where everything will just start to hurt and I'll be like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. Oh, thank God I didn't do that. I am pushing to go to Dave Matthews this summer. I'm just hoping things change just a little, because I would like to stay for the whole show. So I'm excited for that. Just a lot of stuff coming up. And all I'm trying to do is be healthy so I can support my girls in their plays and their activities that they're doing in school. So right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, I'm at like a 4 or 5, because I can so far do all that stuff. I got to give it time, because when I went out, everything did start to hurt when I was out. And the more I get up and move, the more it hurts. So that's not a good thing, because you always have to keep moving, or you're going to just never move. And that's why I keep moving. It hurts a lot. Gastroparesis is the absolute, it's got to be one of the worst diseases for autoimmune. I want to eat. I'm hungry, but I can't eat. You know, when your stomach doesn't work, it's difficult because things aren't digesting. And then if they're not digesting, then they want to come out a different way. And that's just not fun. And I hate. And I think that's my problem, is that I have my feed that I use, but yeah, I'm kind of bitching here. I'm sick of it. But what are you going to do? I got to learn. You know, I have a lot of friends who will tell me to grieve the person who you were, and you have to go through that. I definitely can tell I'm more of an introvert now than I used to be, because we were over my friend's house. Everybody was like, ah! And I'm just not that loud anymore. And I prefer loudness. I used to be the most outgoing, crazy ADHD head, because everything was always like totally screwed up in my mind, disorganized. I've gotten a lot more organized. I'm grateful for. It's like something clicked in at 45 and was like, I like things organized. I'm like, yay. When I could never figure out why it was so difficult for me to clean up after myself. But yeah, it was difficult. So I'm getting better at a lot of things. I think this should keep me out of the hospital for a while, depending on what happens next. You know, when I leave the hospital now, I don't even say hope to never see you again or hope to see you on the outside. I know for a fact that I'll be back in. I mean, for me to think with all of these health issues that I had I guess 2012 was when it really started. Um, Actually, it started in 2006 when I got pregnant with Grace, and my spine did not, and I had no idea. I had no idea till maybe 2 or 3 years later that I was dealing with ankylosing spondylitis. And honestly, like, I don't go into all the other autoimmune. Like, the biggest ones for me is the gastroparesis and the ankylosing. Those two are debilitating. Where the other ones, you can get around it, like osteoarthritis, the fibromyalgia, that just comes with everything else. Um, I always forget, like, oh yeah, I'm celiac too, but beggars can't be choosers when you can't eat. So, yeah, things are better. I'm still resting and trying to heal because there are still some issues going on, and I just want them to go away. But yeah, that's been my life so far since I've been home. It's been a few weeks, and I'm grateful just to be out of the hospital. I was unbelievably so grateful to be out on Sunday night for the game. It was a wonderful time. And I got my nails done. See, ooh, they're Eagles green. But the great part about this is now they're for St. Patrick's Day. So it's the same, right? What they say, kill two birds with one stone. That's perfect. So thank you, everyone, for watching, for listening. I'm going to try and keep this, as a lot of people who suffer, and there's a lot of people on YouTube who are disabled that suffer because you don't want to watch TV, and TV sucks, and I won't watch it. So, not that YouTube is really much better, because it's pretty toxic in here as well. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful I have a channel. I'm grateful I can talk to people, and you're not alone. If you're dealing with gastroparesis, and you're dealing with ankylosing, you're not alone. There's so many people that I know. Not so many. There's a few people I know who have gastroparesis. One who's worse than me, and somebody else who is not as bad as me. And ankylosing, my sister has. And the two of us at least can compare notes. And she always likes to tell me I'm worse than her. And she might be right. I kind of agree with her now. Before, I'm like, no, you're worse. No, you're worse. No, you're worse. Now I'm like, no, you're right. I'm worse. Ever since gastroparesis, I'm like, yep, you're right. When you can't eat, you're hangry a lot. And when you want to crave shit, and I do, I start to crave some stuff. And I'm like craving, like, I make pulled pork for my family a lot. And the smell, but I know what it does to my stomach. So I won't take a taste. I won't take a taste. It's just not worth what could possibly happen. It's not. So thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping to do more of these a little bit more often, and not necessarily be down about it. Maybe grab other people who are dealing with other situations. But glad to be home. Glad to be free and not tied down to a hospital bed or a hospital room with roommates that are older than you. Not all the time, but most of the time. It's rough. So I'm just glad, like I said, I appreciate the small things now. I have so much more of appreciation for life than I did before. So that's kind of like the blessing in disguise when it comes to not necessarily autoimmune diseases, but having debilitating diseases. So again, thank you, and I'll see you soon.